That Snyder Cut, though. It's astonishing. For all the time Snyderverse fans were rooting, pining, and hoping for the release of the Snyder Cut, it has now been longer since the actual release. The 5-year anniversary. It feels like yesterday that a great friend of mine, Marcus, and I, after the Snyder Cut had been announced against all odds, had a sort of inside joke when we worked together at AMC Theaters. We'd go up to each other and start conversations by saying, "That Snyder Cut, though," said with a tinge of whimsy and a dash of semi-forced optimism. Despite also having been doubters of the release of it ever happening, the first trailer took us from being skeptical of how much better Snyder's original footage could really be, to being extremely curious to see his completed vision. Don't get me wrong, the theatrical Justice League film we got wasn't great. I called the movie a nothing burger when I left the theater back in 2017, so it's not like it would be too difficult to beat. But despite loving Snyder's films 300 and Watchmen, based on the flaws of Man of Steel and BVS, I was dubious about the quality Snyder's Justice League could be. After all, the studio did decide it was worth reshooting a lot of, cutting most of it. But hallelujah. By giving me what could only be described as a grand nostalgic somberness. This trailer completely changed my perception about the prospects of it. And I decided to subscribe to HBO Max the night it premiered and watch the 4-hour cinematic experience the moment it dropped. And the first thing I said to my friend Marcus after having watched it, "That Snyder Cut, though." Hey everyone, I'm Bradley and welcome to Zalangle. So this is my quick retrospective of the Snyder Cut, from a perspective of, admittedly, a doubter. Now I could talk about the complete lore behind the Snyder Cut for an hour or more, so I'll keep this brief. I just want to highlight the highlights, what made the Snyder Cut worth releasing, and why I'm so glad it did. After only having been in live action previously in Smallville, we finally got Darkseid. Quite possibly the most powerful and feared villain in DC history, in a film. And goddamn.
Ready the Armada. We will use the old ways.
We also got an actual Green Lantern. I don't know why it's still such a rare treat to see a Green Lantern on screen, after being such a pivotal part of the DC universe in general. But Snyder did his best to represent the core, with both Yal and Ghur in a flashback, and a deleted scene in which Snyder filmed an appearance of John Stewart Green Lantern, played by Wayne T. Carr. And what do you know? Even Zack Snyder, with his love of dark color grading, showed bright green. Take notes, Lanterns. Speaking of green, and giving us classic characters finally put to film, Martian Manhunter appears in the Snyder Cut.
And some have called me the Martian Manhunter.
And while I would have preferred a more Alex Ross type of design than the dark costume with more unique head shape they keep giving modern Martian Manhunter, it was still a pleasure to see him. Love the way his cape flows. Two of the greatest scenes in the film starred Ezra Miller's Flash. When Barry Allen saved Iris West from a disastrous car crash, we see Barry's perspective of the Speed Force. It becomes such a beautiful moment in time, as our introduction to a character I thought of as being completely mishandled in the theatrical Justice League. This sets the tone for Snyder's Barry Allen perfectly. And of course, there's the moment where Flash literally saves the world in a millisecond. This is truly one of the most impactful scenes I have ever witnessed. Not only epic and thrilling, but moving. And Junkie XL's score here truly makes it transcendent. But what struck me the most while watching the Snyder Cut for the first time 5 years ago was how it made Snyder's versions of these characters actually work for me. Henry Cavill, while perfect for Superman, was not given material to shine as he could have. Ben Affleck is another case of great casting but waste of potential. And The Flash was insufferable in the theatrical version. But this film made me appreciate him and made me look forward to his solo film. The way Zack Snyder presented this story, the visuals, the music, and moments each character gets to shine, it made the whole Snyderverse finally click for me. This DCEU should have never been set up as a mainstream DC film continuity. This was Zack Snyder's Elseworld. This is a Zack Snyder universe that merely uses these great comic book characters as the filter to express the vision he set out to create, not beholden to comic adaptation, which was what I was looking for from these movies, understandably of course. But when Snyder got to fully express his cinematic concepts without the studio interference he received with Batman v Superman, I finally understood Zack Snyder's Justice League. Thank you, Zack. Go ahead and tell me in the comments what your favorite moment from Zack Snyder's Justice League is. Or tell me reasons why maybe you don't think it's as good as I do. Let me know, and I'll see you subscribblers next time.